Hello out there in HBCU land. It's so good to be with you all. My name is Charles Galbraith. Many of you, we have been together for so many editions of the HBCU Experience movement. I'm so proud to be a part of the family. I'm featured in two editions of the HBCU Kings, and then I also am the immediate past president of the National Alumni Association for Tennessee State University. But we are not here talking about any of that. We're here to talk about, first of all, Fayetteville State University. So shout out to all of you out there who are watching. But we are also here tonight to talk about none other than Nicole Collins. Nicole, what's going on?
How you doing, Charles? I'm good. It is Monday.
Yes, it
So just
is.
so we
It
know.
is that. Yes. So it
It's
is
a
like
real Monday.
charge it to our minds and not our hearts if we slip a little bit.
Honey. Yes.
Yeah, it's so good to see you and be with you in this interview today. So you
I've
feeling
seen
all
you.
right? You excited about this book?
Yes. I'm in the middle of a lot of things. So the fact that it landed on my lap, I was like, if I'm gonna put one more thing on here, it's honestly worth it because I'm truly a Bronco. And let me clear that. I'm a proud third generation Bronco of the illustrious
No.
Fayetteville State University.
You know you're not an HBCU graduate unless you're an illustrious something. We love
Gotta
illustrious.
let it simmer in the air. And then most importantly, right now, I have a new title as a
Okay.
Bronco mom. So I have my oldest son is a freshman here at Fayetteville State University. So I had to put that plug in there real quick.
That's cool. Let's start there. We're gonna take a trip around the corner and we're gonna go several places. So I
Okay.
want to start with that. So when you think about how you are a proud Bronco, what are your hopes for your son's experience?
I honestly wanted to just give him facts, just
Mm,
off of me coming out of K-12 education. I was always big on letting students find things out as they lay. I don't want to pump a school because of a certain program. I want to pump a school because it aligns with what you want to do. When you tell me you want to do this, well, let's find the entities that connect to what you want to do. And he wanted to be a band director like his mom. That's his own choice. I'm big on, hey, you tell me, we go from there. And just getting down to his top choices, it came down to Fayetteville State. A lot of people thought he was going to automatically go there. I'm like, no, he really did his homework on seeing one, who gave more bang for their buck, for
mhm.
one, and then two, who was going to help with transitioning him into the collegiate level on through to his career. A lot of students have to be mindful of that when it comes to attending certain schools. Are they going to be supportive in the career field you're trying to get into? So you have to be mindful of those choices, not just the flashiness of the school or even not even being a legacy. I want to make sure it lined up with what he wanted to do. And at the end of the day, of course, on the inside, fingers crossed, I was very excited when he made his choice, but it was definitely on him. He did his research. He got everything he deserved, and he's doing awesome. So I'm trying not to be too cheesy with him.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be a helicopter mom because I also work at Fayetteville State. So the fact he's a music major, he doesn't have time. So that honestly balances out where I'm there, but I still actually miss him because I don't see him as much.
I got you. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that because a lot of people, when they're thinking about HBCUs, they do think about the hoopla and they think about the flash, and they don't know that these HBCUs all have their own personality and all
Right.
have their own offering. And so sounds like music is a major showing point at Fayetteville State. Is that correct?
Well, just off the foundation of Fayetteville State, it was a teacher's college. So
Okay.
the fact you want to go into education, that is our foundation is teaching. So no matter what degree is piled on top of there, when it comes to different programs that we offer, we were founded 1867
Come
as a
on with
teacher's
the
college.
founding year. Come
Yes,
on.
yes. So I knew for sure of the different programs he was looking at. He had plenty of choices, even out of state. And that was based off his authentic talent. So that's when he had to kind of clear the noise out and focus in on, okay, who's really going to have my back and supporting my journey in education. And believe it or not all HBCUs or PWIs have music education programs, even if they have a marching band. So you have to be mindful of those. And that could be a part of the flash.
Yeah.
where, you know, oh man, I love that band there. Okay, one, do they have your major? That's highly important. Please don't go to school just off a program and you're just taking any old major.
Yeah.
You're either not going to like it or you're not going to make it. So we were very clear on what schools had what, and then what they offered, graduation rates, also networking, who he'd be connected to during and after. So it took a lot of research. It's cool that he chose home. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But it's far bigger than just a school that I also went to. It's looking at the fact that it's supporting his actual wants, and he's doing great. He's doing very well there.
That's awesome. And you speak with so much experience, and you speak like you might know what you're talking about. So tell the
A little
people
bit.
what you do at Fayetteville State.
Well, I'm actually going to bring it back so we can
Come on.
understand why I was connecting my son to these dots. I was a band director, director of bands for over 10 years with Cumberland County Schools. So when it came to actually working with high school students and getting them connected to their appointed schools of their choice,
Mm,
that was my niche, getting you from point A to point B, get those scholarships and get you connected. And that's how I built a lot of my connections in the HBCU world. I left Cumberland County Schools during the pandemic, so I was a part of that quiet resignation
I got
era, but it was more so I was ready for a bigger picture. I did go back to school, got my master's, and I wanted to add technology to my repertoire. And I didn't want to be in a box.
you.
I
Hmm.
didn't want to be in a box anymore. It was very, very hard to leave that podium. It was hard to leave the field because it is addictive, but I had to remember my purpose. And I've always taught my children that if you don't feel like your purpose is being served or you're no longer growing, but you're diminishing, and that is definitely nothing against Cumberland County Schools because I've definitely enjoyed my time there and I appreciate it. But I know my purpose was beyond that and I needed to go ahead and make that transition. So I did transition into online education, which I'm still a part of now.
Okay.
But my heart, listen, Fayetteville State called me one day and asked if I wanted to be an adjunct lecturer. I was like, yeah, like, let's go. So I actually started with that with University 101 and talking to freshmen. That was probably the dopest experience. Sitting on the desk in the classroom with the blinds open, looking at my dorm that
Mm,
I lived in.
mm.
You can't write that in a book. Whatever textbook we have, my life lessons is right here. So having those real navigational conversations of this is what you do as a Bronco,
Yeah.
because I'm a real stickler of saying it takes a Bronco. If
Mm,
you say that to another Bronco, they understand where it's certain journeys only certain people at certain institutions take where another one will understand. That's why HBCUs are not they're not cookie cutters.
yeah.
Every HBCU is different. And with Fayetteville State, I couldn't speak for anyone else. So that's where my expertise lies with the education field with K-12 and then me coming into work. And then fast forward to after being a lecturer, I wanted to stay full time. So I actually got my foot in the door as an interim program director with their Trio Talent Search. Again, that's another niche of getting students from point A to point B. And when I wrapped up that contract, I was like, listen, Fayetteville State's my home. And
Mm,
when I wanted to make this pivot, I wanted to stay under the umbrella of student success. So I'm a part of the Office of Career Services. Out of all places,
love that.
I'm the queen of transferable skills. And if that was my niche, what do you think a career counselor is? We're going to show you how to get from your point A to point B. So
Where were
I'm
you
able,
20 years ago? I needed you. You are good. Like, I'm
listen,
motivated. I feel like I can go out and do anything.
and I love it. It doesn't even, like I said before, it was a Monday, but even on a Monday, I love being on campus. I love talking to the students, especially when they complain about something. I'm like, listen, I was here over 20 years ago. We didn't even have
Yeah.
Wi-Fi when I was there. So bring them back down to earth. They love
Yeah.
hearing those authentic stories. And then, I'm incorporating like my mother and my grandfather, like how far back that goes. They actually appreciate the authenticity of the history that's given. It's not anything you read in a brochure. This
Hmm.
is real knowledge I'm giving you. The buildings you're looking at, this is why that's there, or this is why we do this way. Obviously, things change over the years, but the spirit of Fable State for those that went there, that's with you, you
Hmm.
know? So I think going to work now is one, it's funny sometimes because those real life lessons, they come in such odd times. I'm a true auntie. I accept it now.
They
When I'm
call me
like, well,
Unc. It's good. I'm with it.
I keep saying back in my day, I'm like, oh snap. I'm starting to say this like every day. And then my kids, they tease me saying, Mom, you from the 1900s. All right, bet. So so it's been a very rewarding being there. I am in the middle of getting my doctorate. So my
Congratulations.
goal is to coming from the band room and going into a leadership position. That is my goal, where it's not enough voices from the music world or fine arts world where it's ventured in that space permanently.
Mhm.
You get some here and there, but that's my goal. Stay with Fable State and go with that track of becoming a part of their leadership. I've done a lot because I can definitely say when you open up your mouth and say you want to be in leadership, they go ahead and put you to work. So I can't count how many different committees I'm on and how many events I've helped with, but it's helped to shape me in a different way. And that's something I love about Fable State. They'll take you and run with you to make sure you get to where you was trying to go. So that's me in a nutshell.
That's so good. Like when I tell you, you are who you say you are because
Right.
I am motivated. I feel like if someone is listening to this and they were trying to think about their career path, you gave them some gems.
I
You
got you.
gotta follow passion. You gotta make sure that you almost keep your light shining. If it's dim, and you got to do what you got to do to keep that light. I really appreciate that advice that you've given just through telling who you are. Something I want to back up to that I think that is really important. It's really cool to think about what a Bronco is.
Mhm.
So give me in your words, what do you believe it takes to be a Bronco?
It's really following the motto. I know we go by res non-verba, deeds not words, but my days don't talk about it, be about it. We're very read the room type of people where we might not do this a certain way like your school might, read the room and adjust accordingly. But we're really big on responding to people that are doing what they say they're going to do. Our students hold us accountable to that. I hold myself accountable to that. Alumni, show enough, holds us accountable to that. But with that being said, it is really putting your work where your mouth is and actually doing it. And because we were created off of that, just off the foundation of the founders that we had that wanted education to be important for people of color to have access to. That was the main reason for creating the school. And then not only did they create the school, they created schools from that school so children can keep coming. They also, allowed children to attend that were grade school age during the summer times. This is, obviously well before we were on earth. But just going off of that, it's been passing on knowledge because it takes a Bronco. So let me tell you something. Passing on knowledge is a passion for me because I don't believe in learning things the hard way. I'm the youngest, so I was always the type, oh, you got in trouble for that? I don't want to do that. So
Right.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to be in punishment. I saw what happened to you. Yeah. So I like to let me go ahead and tell you the secret to get to this. And then also my path has never been straight ever. I've always been one I either had to create a path or I had to go through some kind of loops and hills and tears and laughter. God has a sense of humor with me. So I got used to it. But having that someone in my corner that can give me advice of, hey, I've been there, done that, do this, saved me headaches. So that's a Bronco. A true Bronco passes the knowledge and they're not just going to talk about it. They're going to go ahead and be about it.
I like that. I like that. So let's talk about who you were. So you of course were in the band. What did you play? What
Yes.
instruments did you
I
play?
was a band head. Listen, I didn't even come in as a music major initially, which is
Okay.
crazy because Music was my passion, but when I came in as a computer science major,
Gotcha.
it did not work out for me. I wasn't doing awful in it. It's just again, I wasn't following my passion,
Mm,
and I get bored easily.
okay.
So that was it for me. But coming in, my first HBCU experience was definitely band camp. You gonna learn today. I had never seen an HBCU band in person.
Okay.
So seeing that in person, I was like, oh snap, y'all dance and play at the same time? Okay. And we gotta do this different next week. So yeah, that was my experience. And then I played flute coming in, so marching, it was piccolo. I initially was not going to march. I did band in high school, but that wasn't the plan. The band director at the time approached me. He was like, I got money, scholarships. I was like, I'm already on a full ride. I'm good. He was like, well, back then, not now,
Yeah.
but back then, the school could offer you scholarship on top of scholarship, even if it surpasses your coverage. So I was like,
Get that good refund check.
well, I got my instrument in the room. So I went and
Oh,
auditioned and listen, he put my stuff through financial aid. I was like, oh snap, I had extra scholarship money each semester. I was actually able to move off campus my sophomore year. But my best part with being in the band, honestly, at the time, I would not have said band camp. But looking back, my best memories was then because it was just us through some hot summers, storming every other day. I couldn't feel my feet, had boots on, probably 20 hours out the day. My hardest challenge was becoming drum major. I was
oh,
about this big, 19, and I had to get grown men to listen to me. Now, some say I was mean. I don't think I was mean. I just had to get a job done.
so 20 some years ago, you were like first, second, third female drum major, had to have been.
I was okay, technically speaking, our very first drum major for MBX was a female, but that was back when, they wore the skirts and they
Okay.
still had the drum major feature. But we had a female drum major back in the 80s.
Okay.
So I was the first head drum major of a, group of drum majors, and
Yeah.
I earned it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
people. A
cool.
lot of people didn't know. I cried probably. I had like a specific room I would go to and just cry because you ain't about to catch me crying.
I know that's
But I
right.
had a specific room just to. I couldn't punch nobody, couldn't choke nobody, and
Yeah.
the band director at the time, he was new, Timothy Chambers.
Mm,
I love him so much. God rest his soul. We had a love hate relationship, but we ended up growing so close. As I was finishing my time there, I did graduate early. I never took a break from school, but he took the layers off of me and broke me down.
mm,
Like broke me down real good. So it prepared me for craziness.
right.
It prepared me for the classroom. It definitely prepared me. I didn't realize it till years later. He never treated me like a female. It was
Mm,
just, this is your title, this is what you do. And when I started, especially as a director of bands, that's still like a unicorn in some areas where you're a female director of bands. I'm not an auxiliary coach.
right.
I would get those mixed. I'm like, I really am the director of bands, and here comes my band. Um, I had amazing experience with that because I never looked at myself as a female teacher until someone would say, "Oh my gosh, you're a female doing this." I'm like, I really am a person just doing this.
Yeah.
My resume said it. So getting people to take away the gender part and just see this is what I am, this is what I do, because you have some males out there that aren't qualified to be in that space. So let's not put the gender on it. But then again, to be grateful, it is nice to be acknowledged for accomplishments in those areas as a female. But I've really just worked as Nicole doing her job from what I was taught. That's all. But funny memories in band, Fayetteville State, marching and marching and marching, then eat,
Yeah.
marching. I was scared to take breaks.
Okay.
My former band director, Dr. Harold Bray. I only marched under him my first year. He scared me because I didn't like to be called out.
Okay.
Get called out randomly, and please go ahead and not know what you doing. So I was like, you know what, when we do our breaks, I'm gonna go practice my stuff because the first time he called me out, he didn't call me by my name, he called me Piccolo.
Mm.
And I had to play a part from Stars and Stripes Forever. I said,
That was on my list. Get out of my head. I was about to ask you in high school, did you play?
and I was like, you know what? I'm so glad I already played this before.
Oh, that's
I
great.
was like, don't put me on the spot. I was a freshman. Get off me. So,
That
because
is
you
funny.
cross my out, all eyes on you. So, becoming a band director, I always told my students, I would never do anything to y'all that was not done to me. So, when I would do randoms, I did it for a reason because it kept me on my toes, it
Mm-hmm.
kept me prepared. And I used to be the type I'll walk through the band. Go ahead and stare at me if you want to. That means you don't know your music if you're looking at me. So I
Mm.
like to do the in-house cleaning like we used to do. That way when you go out in company, you all right.
Yeah.
So Fable State prepared me for every crazy entity you can face in the music world, especially with education. So that classroom factor, that was very important with my learning there because everything wasn't in a textbook.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our conversations had nothing to do with a lesson plan. It had nothing to do with what to expect on the podium. A lot of it was logistics. A lot of it was do this, don't do that. And it was navigating the music world. And I still feel like we need to bring some of that old school back of logistics training and then also having thick skin. Oh, my Lord, it is okay to have thick skin. I'm a high believer of that. So that might have been why I had to be a little bit tougher because I was only about this big. Who's going to listen to me? So I had to be assertive. I wouldn't say mean. I was just saying we're in tunnel vision here. We
Yeah.
got this amount of time to get something done. We ain't got time to pat backs.
About that business.
And I ain't want to get in trouble.
I
That's
hear
all.
you. I
That's
hear
all it
you.
was.
We're gonna touch and agree on that. It wasn't being mean. You was taking
Mm-mm.
care of
But
business.
the culture was authentic. I absolutely loved how just one great memory, the band, we never had like assigned seats in the caf. And I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you can relate when I say fried chicken Wednesdays.
Oh
Everyone
yeah.
has it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But for whatever reason, no one sat in our seats. We all came as a group, as many of us that we could. We would all eat together. You're not gonna sit at our table. Like, and it was respected. I was like, that was so dope where when the band came, you knew we was in the band because we had our boots. And we had probably like 20 minutes to hurry up and eat. But I love the coming together. You automatically had, friends before the rest of campus came in. And not to be funny, those are the ones I remember more than the ones I was in standard classroom with. It was my band folks, good, bad, and ugly times. We
Yeah.
family, arguments, picking on each other, thick skin, picking on each other. That definitely felt like big brother, big sister vibes that it won't go away. Random singing Earth, Wind, and Fire songs, somebody marching in the store, somebody doing the percussion parts. Yeah, that stuff doesn't go away. We got bad knees and everything. It doesn't go away. No.
That's good. I love that. I love trips down memory lane.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so much fun to think about where we've come from and just all that we're built of. You can be in meetings and you can find yourself being prepared to talk to people now based upon
Hmm.
all the people you've been blessed to talk to throughout your life. And so I think that it's really cool to pay homage to that and acknowledge that you've had those people in your life. Let me ask you about homecoming. Take me to homecoming with you. What's a homecoming like?
Now, as a student,
You can do
as an
both. You
employee,
can do
as an
both.
alumni, as a
All three of
parent,
them. You can do all three of them.
well, I can say I have yet to actually just attend my own homecoming. Never done that. Of course, if you're in the band, you are homecoming.
Absolutely.
Shout out to our football team. They do an amazing job, but you ain't got no game without the band.
I hear you.
So
I hear
that
you.
part was oh Lord, that's when we would do the parade. And for whatever reason, they finally changed it now, but it used to be Fayetteville State's band used to go last.
Okay.
That looks great to the crowd, but that is terrible for the student because you're going from that to now it's time for the game.
Oh, true.
I'm tired. So, and you better be hyped. They don't care. You just did a parade. So I don't know who voted to change it. Excuse me, but God bless them. They did. So now, Fayetteville State's towards the beginning. They're able to transition, eat, catch their breath, prep for the game, and transition on. But we still had our fun for sure. Early in the morning for sure. As far as alum, of course, I went straight into work mode with being a part of the alumni association. So I literally divide my time up. It's like a schedule for homecoming for me. I've done this, probably almost 2 decades now.
Mhm.
I can say where I start off with the band, vibing and catching up, any help they might need. I got y'all. Waters, food, whatever. Somebody needs to pin something, great. We need to help you get here and there. Got you. And then I transition to, I'll do some of their I love catching content of the band.
Okay.
I do, especially homecoming time. I'm taking pictures. A lot of people do pictures of everyone else. I
Mhm.
only focus on the band with that one, and that was before my son get in there. But I go all the way to halftime with them. After that, I transition to the plots. So after halftime, I go in. I did pledge Zeta, so I had to stop by there first. And we make our rounds because I can't speak for any other institution. Our identifying nine was pretty cool. So you're able to pretty much connect with everyone there at the plot. So that's my time, like the second half of the game. So outside of being a student, I've never stayed inside the stadium the whole
Okay.
time. So I
Okay.
transitioned out towards that, and anything that alumni may need from my chapter, I also help with. But as a parent, uh, thankfully, my son's father also attended there. So we usually exchange somewhere on the plots where it's like,
Good.
hey, you got them this half.
Good.
So they're able to enjoy the parade and then, go chill with their dad in between. But that's I tried going to parties. I'm tired.
I get it.
I actually admitted this year, like, I don't want to go.
Hmm.
I was like, matter of fact, I'm not going.
You sound
So
exactly like
yeah,
me
I'm
3
with
weeks
the
ago.
I'm with the day vibe. You got me heavy with lunch. We could do a little morning vibe. The afternoon was cool. Anything where I gotta wait for somebody to go to bed or I gotta take a nap to go. I think I've hung that up, at least for now. But most of those were with alumni association where we had certain events in the evening. Of course, when I was a band director, it was a lot of events I couldn't participate in because we were in season. So
Hmm.
that's probably another reason why I wasn't participating as much. But my goal for this next year is to participate because this year I overworked. It was my 20th reunion. I was the class rep and I was on the events council with the homecoming parade committee, and it all overlaps
Uh,
completely. And my son was marching for the first time for his homecoming. So I was like, I gotta see that. So I was like, next year, I think I just wanna go.
yeah.
But find out next year if I stick to that because
I know I need to check in with you. I
yeah, I've
understand.
never
When
just
I tell
like
you it's
sat
like
and like
I
chilled
get
out.
it.
No.
I get exactly what you're saying because I the same with me. I've been involved. I usually don't get to really do the party side of things because I'm usually either planning the party or
Hmm.
a guest there or something. So I just it feels good to just go though. So I
That's
hope
my goal.
you get that. I hope you get that.
Yeah, that's my goal. And I have to get my golf game up. My goal is to,
Okay.
my husband and I to do the golf tournament. We'll
That
see.
I
We'll
have to see how
see.
that goes too, because I can barely go to Top Golf. So
Are
we'll
you
see.
serious?
But I can take a mean picture. You can't tell that I
Listen,
don't look like I can golf in a
I'm
picture.
good for 9 holes, but it was like, oh no, the
Okay.
tournament's 18 holes. I was like, oh snap. Like we can't do
That's
tag
funny.
teams. No. So I helped to sponsor this year, but
Okay.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I
That
don't
is
want to hold nobody up. I'm gonna try. So I think with me at this certain point, I turn into Happy Gilmore. I'm gonna start hitting the club on the ground because I missed the
yeah.
last putt. Y'all don't want to see me get ugly outside. But yeah, I actually do want to participate next year. That's my life goal
Okay.
with
I
homecoming.
want that for you.
Just enjoy.
I want that for you. So we have made it. Like this has been great. I have enjoyed you. What I can tell
Yes.
you, you are definitely supposed to be a representative of your university, and you are definitely, I am sure your chapter is going to be more of all that we've just experienced. So one, I'm so happy that you're a part of the project. Um,
Hmm.
will be out very soon for all readers to see. Shout out to all the Broncos who are probably hype and excited off of just one, seeing what you're up to, and two, just the energy and the representation. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Um,
Yes. Nikki from the band. That's been it for for
okay,
years.
see,
Yeah,
everybody's got a
Nikki.
little nickname that people remember
Oh
about.
yeah, at least I didn't
Yeah.
have a crazy nickname. So that was simple, real simple.
Yeah. Well, as we close, are there any
Mhm.
shout outs or anything that you want to give as a final remark?
Well, one, I had to shout out my grandfather, James Alexander Strong, God rest his soul. He started this legacy. And then on to my mother, Ella Strong Fleming. She's class of 70. She just celebrated her 55th year. Now
Beautiful.
she was enjoying her whole homecoming. I was like, yo, I didn't even know you had this much freaking energy. Like I was already at home. Well, I'm still out. I'll let you know when I make it.
I
Wow.
ain't
Okay.
mad at
So
her.
yes, she had me on that one. But I definitely want to put a little plug in for the department I'm a part of, the Office of Career Services. I've had a lot of initiatives that I've been working on because I was a student. I saw certain things we didn't have. Again, like I said, we're read the room university, and I took feedback from students and I observed what they needed. We started the business closet last year. That quickly grew 3 times. So when it comes to alumni supporting and doing, they were doing. We've actually just got approved for a huge initiative that I cannot say just yet because it launches in January. But I do want everyone to follow me. I gave my information on how to contact me with career services and our social media because we will be making this announcement during or after the winter break, but this will be a new launch and we will be the first HBCU in the region to have this initiative. So you want to talk about res non verba,
Yeah.
this
Okay.
is it.
I'm excited to. I'll be following up to see what this great project is. Well, Nicole,
Yes.
it's been a pleasure. We definitely want to thank Dr. Ashley Little for this platform. We're excited about this edition of the HBCU Experience movement coming out that features Fayetteville State University, and we'll be meeting more Broncos. But tonight, it's been a pleasure to meet you, Nicole, and I look forward to hearing more about all of the work that you do, all the many great hats that you wear. And so thank you for tonight. And
Thanks
that
for
is
having me. Making my Monday a little bit better.
good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Well, thank you so much. And everyone, thanks for tuning in. Have a great one.
Thank you.